I just got done watching season 4, episode 7 of The Boys titled The Insider, and these are my thoughts on it. And I feel like this episode made up for last week feeling like a filler episode because a lot happened in this one. You had Homelander firing Sister Sage from being his right hand and replacing her with Firecracker, which is pretty funny considering they flipped from the start of this season. And it was because she knew about the A-Train leak, but we all know the real answer, let's be honest here. That man was really fighting demons to try to kick Firecracker out of that room. And to talk more about the A-Train leak, I honestly think that A-Train after this season is having one of the best arcs in the show. He just had so many great moments this episode, like when he told MM about the kid who saw his save last episode, him coming in clutch for Butcher and Starlight and beating the shit out of the Deep. And that led to Starlight actually doing something instead of flashing her eyes. And can we talk about the new Black Noir flying during that fight? Like, that caught me so off guard. I really loved the moment that Ryan got at the end of the episode, and I'm interested to see where they take his arc for the rest of the series. And Butcher having his proud dad moment was also cool too, even though he passed out shortly after. And to talk about the two other L's that Deep took this episode, he killed his octopus girlfriend just to find out he was being cheated on by his other one. I thought the MM story this episode was okay. I just honestly feel like the writers are kind of running out of things to do with that character because, like, I feel like every season he has the same family crisis. I feel like Frenchie and Kamiko are just filler characters this season. Like, they are literally getting almost nothing to do. But I did enjoy their trauma bonding moment in this episode though. And when Frenchie had to cut off Kamiko's leg, that was pretty crazy too. Speaking of that though, this episode was a pretty gory one because there was also that part earlier in the episode where there was that shapeshifter soup and she has to like peel off her skin to turn into people. Like, that kind of freaked me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But the horror movie fan of me was loving it the entire time. Also, the twist at the end of this episode was really good using that shapeshifter soup. And honestly, my man Huey cannot catch a break because this is the second episode in a row that something really messed up has happened to him. But overall, I feel like this was a solid episode to set up the finale. But with only one episode left of this season, I gotta say, this season has been a little disappointing. I just feel like the showrunner and the writers are saving all the really good stuff for the final season. So it just kind of feels like we're meandering around, repeating storylines from previous seasons, and it just feels like we're not accomplishing anything in this current season. It's just only set up for the final one. But even then, I still think this season has been good so far, just not as good as I hoped it would be. Regardless though, I'm still hyped for the finale coming out next week. But what did you guys think of this week's episode of The Boys? And make sure to follow for more movie content.